Okay. 1.6, rates and conversion, day one. A rate is a ratio or a fraction, 2/4, 2/3, that's a ratio. Comparing two numbers where both numbers are labeled. For example, 180 yards and 12 carries can be written as the rate 180 yards for 12 carries. Now, a unit rate is going to be when you have a single unit in the denominator. So you can actually put this in a calculator. 180 divided by 12 is going to be 15 yards per carry. The way we say it verbally. And that's what this is saying. When you divide it out, reduce it, that's what you get. Important concept because you're going to be doing this later. It will slow, right? All right. They give you the first one here. You're going to put these in unit rates. $3.12 for 3 loaves of bread. Well, don't forget the label because this unit section is all about the labels. Yep. They're on the table. Pick them up as you come in. What's that? Yeah, I mean, like I said, some of these are going to be like you're going to be able to. Why are we even doing these? It's so simple. It's the concept of that rate that we're trying to get. 252 feet to 252 feet in 10 seconds. So put that in the calculator. You get 252 divided by 10. What do I get? 25.2, good, feet per second. The next one, I think is different. Say I have 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. That one's already in a unit rate because we have a single unit here. Yep. So it's going to be 1,000 millimeters per meter. Now this one you're going to have to change, right? 1 meter and 1,000 millimeters. What do I get? Huh? 1 divided by 1,000. 0.001? Yeah. 0.001 meter per millimeter. Also, this is the metric system. So it's actually a lot easier to use in our standard system. A meter is a lot bigger than a millimeter. So it makes sense that I'm going to have more millimeters in a meter and less meters in 1 millimeter, right? Yeah, I thought it. Then again, I'm a math teacher. Yes. 3 feet in 1 yard. Again, this is already in form, so verbally or Englishly. 3 feet per yard. One yard and 3 feet. So I'm going from bigger to smaller, so I'm going to have a decimal, right? 1 yard and feet. Yeah. What do I get? 0.0? 0.33333, right? 0.3 repeating, that's 1/3 per, oh, I got my label, yard per foot, right? Yeah, that pencil. Number 7, 200 miles in 4 hours. What do I get as a unit rate? Quietly. What do I get for my unit rate? 5 should be 50, right? Yep, 50. 50. You added one too many zeros. 50 miles per hour. All right. How about number 8? Well, it would be $5. Hang on. If I get $5. Oh no, no, you don't have. I'm good with that. For 20 minutes. What's my unit rate? Not quite. That's if they were reversed. 5 divided by 20? 0.5 cents per minute. Thank you. What about 20 minutes? Now here's where you're going to get 20 minutes for $5. How much per buck? Minutes per buck. Number 10. $50 for 8 hours of work. Wow. It's like a lot more. So, so how many dollars per hour? How much? 6.25. So $6.25 per hour. A lot more than 20. Mine was 5. Uh, I was a dishwasher. 5 and 3. That'd be 80, 70. I was real happy when it went up. 28 days and 4 weeks. What's my unit rate? 7 days. Hey, isn't that a, was it? Yeah. 8 days. That's way too. 1 week and 7 days. What is it? You have no idea, do it? Do you have a calculator? You didn't grab a calculator. No, it's right there. What's 1 divided by 7? Point 1 4 2. What'd you get? 1 divided by 7? All right. I think it is. 0.14, round it up to 3. Okay. All right, so this is where our crossing out the factors, the common factors, those are going to come in section 2. Oh no, not yet, not quite yet. It's next page. Here we're going to just look at some reciprocal fractions that mean the same thing. For instance, there are 60 seconds and 1 minute, right? Well, yeah, but hang on a minute. This is the same as, well, there's 1 minute for every 60 seconds. These are reciprocal fractions that mean the exact same thing. They're both units of. Yeah, that would be a whole nother unit of 1. 60 minutes and 1 hour. And then there's 1 hour for every 60. So these reciprocal fractions are equal. As is 1 day for every 24 hours, there's 24 hours in every day. And then we could have, all kinds of different weird labels. It doesn't necessarily have to be, exact laws that you're used to. For instance, the number of people sitting at a table, I could have 8 people per table, or use 1 table for 8 people. Okay? It doesn't have to be something mathematical. Now, you ask me, well, what's the whole purpose for showing you reciprocal fractions that mean the same thing? Well, it means that I can multiply by any number by either one of these and still have the same number because it's a unit of 1. And I will show you that in minutes. Now, section 3. When you're working with addition problems, they finally numbered them. Fantastic. So we can assign them. When we're working with addition, the labels and units have to be alike. But when you're multiplying, they do not, just like regular numbers. Okay? Labels follow the rules of fractions just like numbers. For instance, if I'm adding 3 men and 8 hours, I cannot combine those. That equals 3 men plus 8 hours. Okay, if I multiplied them, I would have, well, this time I can multiply it. I would have 8 times 3 is 24 man hours, the way we say it in English. 24, anybody heard that label, man hour? How much labor it's going to take to do a job? Okay, again, addition, cannot combine them. You have to leave it 6 feet plus 10 pounds. But you can multiply them to get 60, and we call them foot pounds. Measurement of force, foot pounds. For newtons plus 2 meters, when we multiply them, becomes 8 meters. Chambers. So you can multiply them, but you can't combine them while you're adding, just like regular algebra terms. Good. Okay, a little review of multiplying some variables, adding and multiplying variables. Again, you cannot combine these because we're adding them and they're unlike terms. You have to leave them the way they are. 4x plus 10y is simplified. You can't go any further. 23, you can because we're multiplying. Multiply the 4 and the 10 to get 40. Multiply the x and y, 40x. And 24, you get 240 a b. What's that, Joey? Yeah, they're just reinforcing the properties. Okay, if you're just rewriting it, it's just reinforcing the property of not combining like. Sorry. It's broken down to pretty simple stuff. That's what I think I said that. All right, now the fun stuff starts. I'll probably do some odds here, and then I will pick and choose, and then you guys can do the whole thing. All right, fractions. We've been doing fractions that whole 1.5 packet, right? We're going to cancel out factors. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 3, 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 1. Yeah, I'll do number 26. You can take out a factor of x here. X divided by x is 1. X divided by x is 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 6 times 1. $29. See, 25 divided by 5 is 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. Bless you. Okay, 31. Now I introduce labels. I can cancel out labels. Think of it as factors of labels, just like numbers. Yep, the hours cancel. So now in the numerator, I'm just left with miles. And the denominator, I'm left with minutes. But I can go into numbers, right? I have a factor in 10 in each one of these. 50 and 60. I can actually divide each one by 10. So 50 divided by 10 is 5. 60 divided by 10 is 6. I have 5 miles, 6 minutes. Now, if they wanted a unit rate, I would have to divide this out, right? They're not asking for a unit rate yet. All right, 33. Cancel out some labels here. Quarts? Anything else? Pint. Okay, so I'm left with cups and punch bowl. Oh, I get it. All right, numbers. Well, it looks like I only have one here, right? One there and one there. So there's nothing I can really cancel out. Remember, I have to have one denominator cancel. So 3 times 2 is 6 times 2, 12. So I have 12 cups. You could put a 1 there if you want. How about 35? See, I can cross out a leap here and leap. Seconds, good. See, that leaves me with numerator and minute. How about numbers? Oh, here, you know what? Here's a factor of 10. That'll go into 60, right? 6. I have a 6 in this denominator, 6 in this numerator, right? Close to 1. And then I'm ending up with 1 denominator. So 52 times 2. Good. Yeah, there's a couple. I think that'll give you enough examples to get through this page. And you should be able to do through number 2. Let's stop here. I'll give you the rest of the time in class. Do up to 53, okay? You know how to do this little puzzle? Let's see, let's do number 42. The m's cancel. The 2 cancels into the 4 twice. So I get 1 times 2 is 2, 9. So I start here, I go to 43, so on and so forth. Get out. Now you may listen as long as you're working on your math. If you sit there and play video games, I can hit you over the head with math. And I probably recorded it.